Audra, and this is Sandy, and we are intuitive coaches sharing about how to tap into you, because at the end of the day,
that's all there is.
All about you. So we're here today with the topic of discovering the self.
Yep, working with yourself.
Yes, because it's always about you no matter what. Even when you think it's not, it's always about you.
Yes, the mirror doesn't change.
And
you
that's
do.
the freedom. Yeah.
Yep.
So discovering yourself is what?
It's all about you, taking care of you. But and I know all of us feel contrast in our world that we look at and then what we think it should be in our heart. And we keep going back and forth and having this argument and making peace with it. But today, let's not talk about resolving it. Let's talk about getting rid of it. Because the self that you have is all you have.
Yep.
But what we have not been taught is, how do we discover when, for example, I have a dream, oh, I want to start a business and nothing is going right. That's what I'm telling myself. Okay, immediately upon opposition, doubt, you ask yourself, where did that come from? Because that is in the way and that is you.
Yes.
And you're the only one that can admit it, change it, and make it move out of the way. Because what you're really saying is, I'm having a hard time, but you keep building, keep building the blocks that we have to hurdle, and then we put another one that we have to hurdle. When all the time it's the self-talk that's all going on. And the self-talk can come from family, how you were raised, your friends, how badly you want acceptance, how you want to look a certain way. But all of that stuff, and I'm calling it stuff because most of the stuff isn't even you. It's all
picked up along the way. Starting
with when you were born.
Right. And it's self-sabotage, and we can return to self-acceptance, and that helps a lot too.
Yeah.
So a lot of it is all about our thinking, and that's also the freedom in it, I think. Like, we're always taught to look outside ourselves, and now we have the freedom to look within ourselves, and we're the ones that get to fix and change it. And it's so much easier and better, don't you think? When you can get to the place where just making peace with
those
this
things
is
are
me.
never us anyway. They're
right.
adopted, put on and adopted.
Right.
So when you get to yourself,
I always thought we had to go fix everything outside so I could be okay inside.
That's what we're talking about. Exactly.
I know.
Yeah.
But that's false, and that doesn't get you anywhere.
Right.
What we have to do is go in our hearts and see we're the ones creating by looking at the mirror, and then that's the freedom to see, oh my goodness, that's me thinking these thoughts that are never and were never really true about myself.
Well,
that's how I think.
Okay, the thoughts that we start with, though, as children.
Yes.
And family.
Yes.
And church.
Yes.
All of those things we think are true about us.
Yes.
So
give an example, with the church or whatever, the school.
Well, I will.
Okay.
Yeah. We think they're true and we live them like they're true.
Yes.
And when we reach a certain age, we start to have desires for what we want, and all of a sudden we hit this wall and think, can I have that? Is that available for me? And if it isn't available for me, why not? So when we hit that false belief, and it's not false to those around you, it is real. We are really talking about your inside self challenging and getting to the point where you feel, I can have this, but before I can have it, I have to, what I'm saying today is examine where these challenges started.
Right.
And until we remove that block, oh, I want to be a millionaire. Okay, go ahead and be a millionaire. And then every step you take is toil and every step you take is work, and every step you take is a misbelief.
And you make it a hustle, and you make it hard, and you're making all these things because that's the internal original programming from a child, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
If we think money grows on trees, if we think it has to be hard work to be a millionaire, all those things are like the little roadblocks in the way,
Right.
until we discover
The truth about ourselves and that is living a different life
Right.
from the inside out.
correct.
But you can tell that when your life is evolving and it's still troublesome, I believe that we have to go back to a couple other areas of the self, because those areas, or arenas as I call them sometimes, are quicksand. And we keep stepping into it and repeating it and stepping into it and repeating it, when all we have to do is just say, well, wait a minute, let's see, how does a millionaire act?
Living from the end, like how would they show up today, right?
Well, they show up as if it's done.
Yeah.
And they show up as if there's an opportunity every step they take.
Exactly.
They show up talking about the successes in life, not the challenges, not what's going on. You will never hear a millionaire talk about the challenges.
Or about people, or about negativity, or about a whole bunch of things that everyone else does spend a lot of time on.
Yes.
They don't really care what Sally said next door. They're not focused on that. They're
No.
focused on, how is this working? It's working, and I'm making it work, and I'm showing up for it to work, and if things come up, you clear the space and get it out of the way.
Right, because you can't make anything work if you don't look at what's come up in your consciousness, which is your method of saying, oh my gosh, that has been hiding for 20 years. How did I miss it? And it will not let me pass it until I decide how I'm going to resolve it. And the resolve is real easy. I no longer believe that. So, for example, using the millionaire again, or using just getting a better job, salary, start acting like you have that salary. Start acting like you have that position. That's the reality that you're creating from the inside out. As within, so without. And that is so critical. But the thing is not to negotiate with yourself. We're not talking about negotiating.
Which means like what though? So
Trading off, well, I'll just do that for a day.
Well,
and
I'll
it
just
should be
forgive
fixed.
myself today, and then tomorrow I can talk about Sally again, like
Yes,
that type
yeah,
of thing.
that
Or
negotiation.
judging myself and not accepting myself, so that I reiterate that again in that
Yes.
process tomorrow.
Right.
We're trying to get away and put the monkey wrench in to be like, no, today it's finished, and this is my new reality. Is today. That's done and over with.
And one other thing, your new reality is not visible to you yet.
Yes.
And you have to know, just because it's not visible right now, it isn't. Because we're taking this visible, beautiful earth and saying, you see it all, but it doesn't have what I need in it. And I'm going to change how the universe gives back to me.
Yes.
Because you live from within, and the universe goes and says, well, Sandy doesn't want that. She wants this. Now I am going to go follow the laws of the universe and bring it to her. So I cannot, in any way, shape, or form, get mad, start doubting, say my reality isn't here. Even though it doesn't look like it's here, I know it's here. When you create from within, what you're really doing is saying, my health is perfect. I just have to get aligned with that. My money comes in perfectly. But you don't do things that, like, I just said, like, my health is perfect. And then I go look in the mirror and I say, oh, what about this? Oh, what about that? Oh, this, oh, that. We're not talking about that. We're talking about take care of yourself, level-headed, but don't go checking on yourself every half hour or hour.
Yeah.
Give the universe and yourself like a seed, creation time, the seed, the seed, the seed. So my tip for you today is, when you get doubt, picture a watering can and go water your seed. And don't even ask for any evidence. Don't ask, because it's already there.
You know it's growing once it's planted, so you just
You
trust
can't
that
see
it's
it.
growing.
Yeah.
I had a great example of faith and fear. They're both invisible. So which one do you want to believe in? You have two choices. You can believe in the invisible fear, which is worry, doubt, and lack of trust, or you can decide you want to live in faith, which is trusting that the seed is growing, you planted it, you know God's got it, you know the universe has your back. It's the same on either fence. And I thought, what a great analogy that fear is invisible, but we always worry or do whatever here, right? That's the norm.
Yeah.
Or faith, which isn't necessarily the norm, but we want to make it the norm, and it's both the same. So you have an opportunity to choose what you want, which I was like, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
So you have
fear.
faith in the seed, that it's planted, that it's growing, and that you will see it sprouting, and you do not defer from that.
Right. And when you feel the fear,
Yes.
with that, if you're really paying attention to your consciousness, that frequency should tip you off.
Yeah. When
Because
you feel
faith
that nudge.
It's just, oh, I'm so glad I can have it. I don't see it, and it doesn't matter, and I'm so happy, and I'm rejoicing, and then you feel later on during the day, okay, that is the clue that something of the past that was
Popped
not
up again.
yourself popped up, and don't agree with it. Just let it slide by and say, I needed that little hit because that is helping me out.
Yeah. It's the seed is planted, it's within, it's growing. You just come right back to that. I've already planted it. And whatever it takes to hold that. Even driving my daughter to school today, I saw, like, we were laughing because it's like, how do the crows know to go to the pine tree, right? That's where they love to hang out and caw, right? How did the little hummingbirds go to the hibiscus? They know, right? How does the squirrel know to go get this specific leaf off my Rosa Sharon tree? He knows because it's all within him. We're already programmed within, and you can look at nature and see we have all this within, and we just have to trust that it's in us and keep aligning to it, stay aligned to it no matter what. When you get those little tweaks or your intuition is like going left and you can feel yourself kind of slide, come back to center. Nope, I planted my seed. The squirrel knows how to bury the nut. The crows know what tree they love. The squirrels know the leaves they want to make with their nest. Like, how do they know what leaf is the best leaf for the nest? So
Right.
it's
And
all
we
an
know.
inside job is the point.
Yeah, we know what we want, and just stay on that. That consciousness will bring it when you do not doubt it, and you know, I am creating from within, and yes, it's different, but it's who I am.
And the results will be a lot quicker, and you'll be a lot happier and peaceful the more you keep aligning and feeling into the truth of your knowing.
And you discipline yourself with that. That discipline is critical, that you do not flip over and go look and check, that you do not share with anybody that has a perception that you can't have that you don't open your mouth way too soon and start saying things.
Don't try to get your friend involved so that your beliefs align with the doubt. Or it's not happening, or this happened to me. Those
their
stories.
fear jumps in the
That's
in the
what
pool,
I mean. Then
right.
you're like, oh no, now.
Although it becomes
Start
your
over.
homework too. So that's what we're talking about. You don't have to feel blame, shame, or guilt for any of the things that we grew up with, religion, health, whatever. None of it. You just say, oh, that's where that came from. I'm so glad, because now when I see that or hear that, with my awareness, I won't allow it to have the influence.
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about. Lightening up the influence, because the self knows what to do.
Yes.
So that's it for today.
Yes. Enjoy your day, and we will see you on the next one.
Have a good one.